These guys have quite a rap sheet. The fire starters, the gang. Start with case number one. Members' names are Inferno, real name Diego Ramirez, El Diablo, real name Juan Ramirez, Chico Caliente, real name Alejandro Ramirez. This incident took place in Tabasco, Mexico on August 12, 1991. The victim's name was Victor Rodriguez. Apparently, the gang, fueled by rage after their grandmother was disrespected, beat, killed, and burned their victim, Mr. Rodriguez, in his home in Tabasco. On that fateful day of August 12, 1991, three boys, Chico, Inferno, and El Diablo, stood in front of their humble abode, their innocent gathering, and with quick interruption, a man named Victor Rodriguez approached them with a particular request. He urged the boys to retrieve their grandmother from the house, claiming that she owed him a debt that must be settled that very day. Naturally curious, Chico questioned the man's identity, uncertain of his intentions. Victor, with an air of frustration, revealed that their grandmother owed him money, and it was imperative that she paid him immediately. However, Inferno, sensing something amiss, boldly defended their grandmother's innocence, warning Victor to depart before he faced the consequences. Undeterred by Inferno's warning, Victor scrutinized the three boys, his face contorted with anger. With a surge of determination, he charged towards the house, pounding on the door and bellowing for their grandmother to appear. In his rage, he spewed derogatory words towards the elderly woman, unaware of the impending retribution. In that moment, El Diablo, fueled by a mix of protectiveness and fury, seized a large brick and struck Victor forcefully on the head. The impact was jarring, causing Victor to stagger away from the door. Seizing the opportunity, Chico swiftly hurled another brick, knocking Victor unconscious. With Victor incapacitated, the boys rushed into the house, ensured their grandmother's safety. Trembling and tearful, she recounted the weeks of harassment she had endured at the hands of Victor. Though she divulged his whereabouts, she cautioned the boys against seeking revenge, urging them to stay away from his residence. Meanwhile, Victor regained consciousness. Distorted and shaken, kind-hearted individuals in the neighborhood came to his aid, escorting him to the local doctor for medical attention. After receiving treatment and donning a bandage, Victor returned to his living room, seeking solace in the glow of the television, his head still wrapped in a bandage. But fate had other plans for Victor. Moments later, a resounding knock on his door disrupted his solitude, cautiously compelled him to rise from his seat and approach the entrance. However, upon opening the door, he found no one in sight. Rain plated the ground, the wind howled, and an eerie calm settled upon the scene. Perplexed, Victor retreated back to his chair, unknowingly leaving the door slightly ajar, an oversight that would prove fatal. Seizing the opportunity presented to them, the boys now known as the fire starters, armed themselves with a bottle of petroleum and a lighter. Stealthily, they crept towards Victor, their intentions clear. As Victor turned to confront his unseen assailants, they shattered the bottle upon his face, causing shards to embed themselves in his skin. Swiftly, they produced a cloth, ignited it, and hurled it at Victor. The cloth made contact, and in an instant, Victor became engulfed in flames. Panic consumed him as he writhed in agony, the fire devouring his very being. The boys, having executed their plan, fled the scene, leaving behind a trail of destruction and chaos. Returning to their safety in a shared bedroom, the boys huddled together, their hearts pounding and adrenaline still coursing through their veins. In unison, they whispered, "We are now known as the fire starters," a chilling declaration that will forever mark their bond and the consequences of their actions. Gangs of Hartsville.